Do you really understand yourself? Welcome, I'm Dr. Nuno Souza and I'm a psychoanalyst. With this video, you will get a better understanding on how your personality works. With that, you'll be able to think about yourself with more awareness. Which personality traits may be natural and spontaneous, or which may be the consequence of negative life events that disturb the healthy development of your personality. Awareness on how we think gives us freedom. It gives us the power to make healthy choices on how we approach life. Let's think about it. A simple definition to start with is a combination of biological traits that evolve over time. But what traits are those, and what does it mean that they evolve over time? So when we are children, when we are born, we have our biological, our genetic potential. That is the source of our personality. It's not a direct transposition from our parents' genetic load. It's more of a mix where the result is very different from the initial ingredients. Imagine, take the color red and the color yellow. Mom and dad. The result is orange, us, the baby. We may develop some similar traits to our parents, but it's mostly because we mimic them as we are children. It's part of the process of wanting to be like them and wanting them to like us. It's similar to what happens when we are teenagers. We kind of mimic our friends because we want to be like them, we want them to be like us. It's part of our natural development. Using this example with colors, we can say that we are born with our own genetic palette of colors. That becomes more rich and more complex as we grow. I like to illustrate this with the image of a 3D spectrogram. Each personality trait, each color, exists with different intensities and different nuances. If our personality becomes sophisticated, mature, healthy, we can say that we'll have many colors, many nuances, and that they will be balanced. However, if the personality doesn't develop much, or if it becomes misconstructed because of several incidents during the development, we can say that that person will probably work with very few colors and that they will very likely be unbalanced. This harmony between colors will show on how we approach life and, as a consequence, how fulfilled we feel. Which factors influence the healthy development of our personality? As we go through life, we are shaped by the relationships we have and by the experiences we live. If life goes well enough, these experiences will help us grow. However, if we go through painful experiences or toxic relationships, our personality will get injured. In case that happens, as life goes on, as we are challenged with different people, with different situations, we won't be able to respond in a proper way, in a way that will bring us some kind of peace, some kind of enjoyment, and suffering will come from that. That's when mental health issues show. When we are young, our ability to think by ourselves is very limited because we are very immature and we don't have life experience. So that makes our personality very vulnerable to education. By the time we reach teenage years, it is expected that we start to think by our own ideas and thoughts and based on our own life experience. This means that as we go through life, we develop our ability to understand, to perceive, to know the things we like, the things we dislike, and the ways that we like to relate to them. If we go back to the initial definition of personality, and we want to fine-tune it based on what we've learned in this video, now we can say that personality is our unique combination and strength of personality traits that shows on the things we like, the things we dislike, and on our own way to approach those. Nobody has a unique trait. What makes us different, what makes us unique, is this combination and expression of personality traits. So my questions to you are, how much of your personality do you think is natural and spontaneous? Or how much of it do you think is a consequence of negative life events and relationships that kind of distorted the way you look at yourself and others? Are you fully aware of the things you like and dislike and on your own ways to approach those? Do you think you are using healthy strategies to approach pleasure and pain, to develop pleasure and to avoid or deal with pain? Do you think those strategies are bringing you fulfillment? Or do you think you're in some kind of loop? Think about it. If you enjoyed the video, leave your like and subscribe to stay updated. Also, I'm very interested in knowing what thoughts came to your mind, so please share them in the comments section below. See you soon.